India-Maldives relationships are faring at one of the lowest point in the recent history. Now, the concern of India that growing influence of China in the economical, political, and strategic affairs of Maldives can pose a security challenge for India seems to be coming true. Now, a Chinese research vehicle is on its way to Maldives, and this research vehicle, identified as Xiang Yang Hong 03, is officially not a military vessel, but it can have potential concerns for Indian security apparatus. We know that the vehicle is going to reach to the Maldivian water in about 2 weeks' time. Uh, the presence of Chinese ships or surveillance ships in the Indian Ocean region has been a security concern for India for long. Earlier, we had seen similar incidences happening in Sri Lankan waters, where many Chinese research vehicle had stopped by for the reasons that would be seriously announced as replenishment. But after much of India's concerns, which were expressed to the Sri Lankan authority and Sri Lankan government, and a lot of cajoling and diplomatic, channel talks, now the Sri Lankan government has disallowed all the Navy ships or any such vehicles to dock in Sri Lankan waters for another year. But with the Maldivian government's closeness to the Chinese government, it was long expected that Maldivian government will allow more Chinese influence in that region, and that is very much in the backyard of India, and it is going to have a concern. The coincidence is that just a week ago, almost, we have seen Maldivian president was in China having all sort of discussion about 5 days of official visit, and about 22 MOUs that he signed with China practically allowed Chinese investment and interference in all aspects of Maldivian economy and their development. Apparently, infrastructure, connectivity, digital economy, blue economy, processing, food processing, agriculture. So you name one industry which is now untouched with the Chinese presence, and this is what President Muizu has been able to achieve with the Chinese government. The government has also assured Maldives of all the help in case of emergency and assistances as well. Now, the Indian military officials have confirmed that they are monitoring the vessel's movement, expressing New Delhi's long-standing concerns over Chinese research vessels entering the Indian Ocean region. We have seen in the past as well, India has raised such concern about China's increasing presence in the Indian Ocean region. And, in 2022 also, there was another Chinese research vehicle, Yuan Wang 5, which had capacity or which was specialized in aircraft and spacecraft tracking, and that visited Sri Lanka in 2022, and it docked at Hambantota port in Sri Lanka's south. And this was one of the times when Sri Lankan government had to allow a 99 years lease to the Chinese government, because it could not pay back the Chinese debt that they had incurred over the years, and Hambantota port is now practically under the Chinese government's hand. So any vehicle, any Chinese space tracking vehicle or spacecraft tracking vehicle which happens to visit Indian Ocean region clearly poses a threat for India, because it can monitor Indian coast, Indian west coast, Indian east coast as well, from where it can track Indian missile program, Indian space program, Indian satellites, Indian presence of Indian naval assets, the hydrographic data, the sea depths, the density of sea waters, and all sort of maritime data that would be collected by these Chinese vessels can be adversely impacting India's economical, business, trade, maritime, security, and strategic interest. So this is what India has been raising concern for all the thing in the past, and with the latest Chinese vehicle approaching Maldivian water once again, Indian government is monitoring and tracking the activities in its backyard, that is Indian Ocean region and around Maldives.